The history of Spain dates back to pre-Roman times. Over the centuries, the Iberian Peninsula has been home to various cultures, from the Romans to the Greeks and even the Phoenicians. It is no wonder that its history is so rich. The story of the Reconquista is that of an epic struggle between Christians and Muslims that helped shape the country that we know today. From King Roderic to Queen Isabella, and from Pelayo to El Cid, countless twists and turns arise in what can be described as the longest crusade in history. It all started in Gibraltar. Since the early 5th century, Spain had been ruled by the Visigoths, a Germanic tribe that had taken over the Iberian Peninsula at the fall of the Roman Empire, and that had later converted to Christianity. In the year 711, a foreign army landed in Gibraltar. It was led by a man called Tariq ibn Ziyad, a commander who served the Umayyad Caliphate. Its intention was to conquer the Iberian Peninsula and later, perhaps, more territories of Europe. This army spoke Arabic and worshipped a different god. The Muslim army is believed to originally have landed with 7,000 men, but it received further reinforcements later on. The first decisive battle happened in the south of Spain at the Battle of Guadalete between Tariq and Roderic, the king of the Visigoths. Many accounts about this battle differ, some saying that Roderic was in command of 100,000 men, and Tariq of 190,000. However, these numbers are impossibly high, and most historians rather believe that Roderic had between 25,000 and 35,000, while the Moors had between 7,000 and 14,000. Although Roderic's troops outnumbered Tariq's, his infantry units were no match for the Muslim cavalry. The battle resulted in a Muslim victory, and Roderic lost his life in the struggle. The remnants of the Visigothic army fled to their capital, Toledo. After this battle, Tariq's troops marched north, ruthlessly taking city after city: Mérida, Sevilla, Córdoba, Zaragoza, and most notable of all, Toledo, the capital. Some cities put up a brave resistance. The Moors had to besiege Sevilla for 3 months, and Mérida endured a 5-month siege before surrendering. Eventually, Muslim expansion reached the Pyrenees, and the Iberian Peninsula took a new name: the Emirate of Al-Andalus, which was dependent on the Umayyad Caliphate. The Muslims moved the capital to Córdoba, where they later built the Great Mosque over a Visigothic Christian church. To this day, remnants of Moorish art and architecture can be seen throughout Spain and Portugal, some of which, like the Alhambra, were built through slave labor. The beauty of Moorish art uniquely influenced Iberian art for centuries to come. By the year 718, almost the entire Iberian Peninsula was controlled by the Muslims, except for Asturias, a small mountainous region in the north. In 717, a Christian hostage named Pelayo escaped while he was being taken to Córdoba. He made his way to Asturias and called for an uprising against the invaders. A few years later, Pelayo defeated a detachment of Moors sent to subdue him in a battle at a cave called Covadonga. This battle was the first real Christian victory since the invasion. It marked the beginning of the Christian Reconquest of Spain, or Reconquista. The victory at Covadonga guaranteed Pelayo possession of his newly created kingdom, the Kingdom of Asturias. Compared to the territory controlled by the Moors, it was insignificantly small. However, it would later prove to be the key to the Reconquista. Of Pelayo's kingdom, the Moors used to say, "What are 30 barbarians perched on a rock? They must inevitably die." In the year 741, Alfonso I of Asturias, Pelayo's successor, enlarged and consolidated his kingdom, incorporating Galicia into it. When Alfonso II of Asturias came to the throne in 791, he took a vow of celibacy in order to devote all his life and energy to preserving his Christian kingdom. For this reason, he was called Alfonso the Chaste. In 794, the Moors sacked and pillaged an Asturian town called Oviedo, destroying many of its buildings. Alfonso II helped rebuild it and made it the capital of Asturias. When he restored a church the Moors had destroyed, he said, "All is yours, Lord, all we have and all thou inspires in us. To thee, Lord, we offer it all to thee." Throughout his reign, Alfonso the Chaste defended his kingdom from continuous attacks by the Moors. The Muslim overlords were making every effort to destroy his kingdom, which was the only region in the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula that had not yet fallen. It seemed that the Moors were going to succeed, and it's when all seemed lost that something miraculous happened in Galicia. While walking in the woods, a hermit saw some stars lighting up ancient Roman ruins and an ancient Roman tomb. This place would later be known as Compostela, or Field of Stars. When the hermit reported his findings to the bishop, an investigation was made, and the tomb was identified as that of Saint James the Apostle, or Santiago in Spanish. The news spread like wildfire, and King Alfonso walked all the way from Oviedo to see the tomb, starting the tradition of the Camino de Santiago, a pilgrimage walked by hundreds of thousands of people every year to this day. The finding of this tomb galvanized the Spaniards, who adopted Santiago as their patron and protector against the Moors. Despite the constant military pressure by the Muslims, Asturias remained the only Iberian region they never conquered, and from there originated the Reconquista.